Hey, good morning, everybody. Pastor Zach here. Thanks so much for spending some time with me this morning, wherever this are or whenever this finds you. I invite you to share this, to join the conversation, to spend some time with me as we talk about it. As always, this is a time for you to share your thoughts, your questions, even a smart remark or two, or a joke if you're interested. But it's an opportunity for us to connect far and wide in community. Um, I was struck by a colleague who said many, many months ago now about living into, instead of a new normal, a now normal. And it took me a long time to process that. So, Pastor Rachel Dietz, thank you so much for that. But for me, it was this understanding of what does it mean to live into now? Because we see the world continually changing. What is happening now changes. It's not going to be the same as it will be next week, next month, next year. What happened through 2020 and the resulting years have caused, I believe, a shift in the world that we need to understand that our world is continually changing and perhaps at a more rapid pace than we would have initially realized. Or maybe it was because we were just so used to it that now it becomes more apparent that the changes are going on, or that they're a little bit more dramatic, or that they're a little bit more charged. What I mean by that is they're not necessarily changes that we make often, but maybe it's something that we feel that is being forced on us, or that we feel is more out of our control than before. So what does that look like? What does that mean for us? How do we live into this world, this understanding? How do we engage in the work that God has for us as we move forward in this, as we live into where God is calling us in the future, in the midst of living in the now? And I think that's important, because as we look at the ministry of Jesus, yes, talked about heaven, talked about getting there, but he was focused on the now, on the caring of the individual, on the caring of those in need. He reminds the disciples over and over again that you will always have the poor with you. And some may go, well, Jesus said it, so, we don't have to focus on them. But I think, moreover, it was the fact that the realization that having the poor with us is something that we need to realize, that Jesus' call then and now was that we see those who are struggling and we work to do something about it. We work to make them comfortable. We work to find ways to serve them. And it's not that every church has to do everything. And, 100 years ago it did, because the churches were for small communities. But now, how can we support one another with the gifts of the people, with the gifts of what is going on, with the gifts of understanding, with going, well, you can do this, you can do that, great. Let me support you in doing that while I do this, so you can support me in doing that. So we don't have to try to cover everything all at once, but we allow ourselves to find ways to live into the now, to serve the needs of the now, so that our future is brighter, so that our future is more connected. I think it's important for us to remember to see that as the church, we are called to be the body of Christ. Those, fingers and toes and arms and whatever that work together. Yeah, sometimes they work in opposition like this, because, if these two worked together, then they'd go, I don't even think I can do it. But yes, we are called to challenge one another. We're called to support one another. We're called to engage one another. We're called to share compassion and hope and promise, and build up one another with strength, which often requires the willingness to challenge each other faithfully through love. so that we seek to find a way forward, so that we seek to be engaged in the work that God has for us. And so we can reach out to others, so we can find ways forward, so we can live into what it means to live now in the love of God for the world around us. So what are some concrete ways that you do that? What are some concrete ways that we can do that? I invite you to share if you have ways as you think about it. And if you want to think about it and come back, please do so. But so here in our community, we have a wonderful ministry called Common Ground, which works with those in recovery. And it is phenomenal. They are great people led by a great pastor. And I think it's important to uplift them because they're doing some amazing ministry. We have some amazing feeding ministries that partner with Helping Harvest, which is local food pantry, as well as a restaurant in Reading that does a pay-as-you-go meal program. So if you're struggling and can't get a meal, then you can go there and get a free one. But if you're doing really well, you can go and get a meal and pay extra so that those who are struggling have that meal covered for them. So it's a great opportunity, along with all of those ways to reach out, those programs in our area that we partner with that are not connected to a church. We work with a group called John Paul II Center that works with adults with special needs who are just awesome. All of them are awesome people. And the I Am Able Foundation. So there's so many organizations here just in our area. And so if there's one in your area that you are looking, that you want to share, that you want to highlight, I invite you to drop that information below so that others can check it out, because I want to hear about it. I want to hear about ways that you're finding to connect with your community, to live into it. I know here at Allegheny in September, we are going to be doing a event for, as we always do, it's called God's Work Our Hands Sunday, which is a gathering all over the nation with Lutheran churches where we seek to serve the communities around us. I'm excited about this year because we are going to be working with other Lutheran churches with Helping Harvest, and hopefully some other ways that we can connect and engage with one another and live into the ministry that God has for us, that we can profess what it means to be believers and to be connected as the body of Christ in the world today. So I invite you to participate in that. If you are not local, you can still participate in it, whether you connect with us or another Lutheran church in your area. And if you need help finding one, let me know. We can help find you one. There are lots of opportunities for us to live into this world, into the normal of this world, and to be engaged in the work that we have been called to do with the gifts that we have been given. There are lots of ways for you to do it, lots of ways that you can impact the world now, for the world now. And so I invite you to think about that, to engage with that, to be uplifted by it. And whether you are one who's looking to share your gifts or whether you are one that is in need, know that there are opportunities for both wherever you are. And if you are one of those in need who need to find something in your area, please reach out. We will help you find something, even if it's not in our area. We will look to connect you with a group or an organization. Thank you all so much for spending some time with me today. I invite you to share. I invite you to be engaged by this. And if this has impacted you, feel free to share it. Comment and share your thoughts about it. Also, as always, if you have something that you would like me to talk about, I invite you to do that as well. But share what you think about this now normal thought process. I want to thank you guys for spending some time with me today, wherever this finds you. And I pray that you have a wonderful, blessed day. Take care, everybody. God bless. We'll see you hopefully this Sunday, 8:15 or 9:30 on site or online here on Facebook or on our website. Take care, everybody.